him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They call me Body Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a Galu. The hardest part on my tongue, thinking is a warm glue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist, but you smell me. One spark, then I bet you I'ma blow up. They throw my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. My verse is thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink than go pull up. I'm drinking knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat out the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I poured all the planks, you use the second kind. Straight rappers to retreats like Cobra. 80s they can float it like up in the storage and I'm E-Man. Up, down, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beating. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans get defeated. High in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy ball. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can stop us. LL bad, when I go and show up, you can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. To get that honey sauce on me, I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. I got candy in my mouth. I woke up a little late. So we're doing this at 7:45 in the morning. Go ahead and wake up. I don't care where you at. East, west, north, south. Get up because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And we're back to, I guess, if my head is small or it's too big on camera, you know why. God, Lee, what's up with my chair? But, oh, God. All right, I'm good now. Oh, I'm good now. I'm good. But yeah, we're back to, the mobile version and the regular version, or whatever. I don't even care. But we are going to a video, and I woke up late. I'm not gonna lie. I was sleeping really good, and I just woke up late. So we're going to get into this video, and this is a video that I came across. Talk about the 4 red flags of WonderMan. And I'm not going to lie, the title interested me. The title itself. Now, he has 4 red flags He is Fanta Gosnick. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But he has like 4 red flags of Doctor Doom, 4 red flags about the Netflix deal, Netflix Warner Brother deal. So I think 4 red flags on Doctor Doom. And like I said, I just came across it because of course, I've been talking about WonderMan here, and I wanted to see what this person's talking about. Never seen the channel before. But wanted to see what they talked about, especially after a lot of I got a lot of engagement, especially on TikTok about WonderMan. So I'm not saying that WonderMan is going to be a flop. There's really was people that was really trying to figure out what I was talking about as far as WonderMan, Wanda, and all of that. So there's some interest there, is what I'm getting at. So since there's some interest there, let's see what this guy's talking about as far as his 4 red flags for WonderMan. Just kind of get understanding of where he's coming from. Hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gant over at the Heavy Gant channel, but you already know how I do. The real question is,
Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating on my energy? I don't think you wanna be my enemy.
all right. Let me get all into who is all in the house today. Oh God, who is all in the house today? Let me turn this up because I'm like, where my music at? Oh man, I'm not even gonna hold you. Oh, Miss Roberta, the church auntie. Good morning. Q is not a robot. Good morning. Krisha Key is up in here. Good morning. Marley Mars up in here. Good morning. Wavy Thames is up in here. Good morning. Got an audition today. Wish you luck. I wish you luck, big dog. Robin D is up in the house. The other admin. Good morning. Let me see. Kendall, what's up? Good morning. Tina, aka Minty Gasm, good morning. Let me see. You already see, smash that like button like they be smashing them biscuits. Judah, be Israel, what's up? Good morning. Andre Ware, good morning. Xavier Phoenix, the X-Men, good morning. Tyra J, good morning. Nemes I probably be saying it right. What's up? Good morning. It's instead of peanut butter jelly time, it's a biscuit time. It's biscuit time. Butter biscuits. My mama's biscuits. Raisin biscuits. It's cinnamon biscuit roll. Nah. Oh man. Let me see. All right. Let me see. D Stizzle, the other admin. We got the admins up in the house. What's up? Good morning. Let me see. Erica D, aka She Loves Fantasy. Good morning. Let me see. J. Carter, what's up? Oh, okay. All right. I don't want to do anything this. I'm gonna be honest with you. The only reason why I haven't done the Utterly Noah videos, one is getting a little older, and number two, anything that's like over like 35-40 minutes, you know what I'm saying, it takes a long time to get those reactions because I am talking a lot. And I honestly, because I'm doing a second job and we're just out getting in the swing of things at my regular job, I don't have time. I'm just being honest with you. I haven't had time because you're trying to rest, trying to get back into the swing of things or whatever. So I just haven't had the time. to do that. But the next Otterly Noah, he know I you know what I'm saying, I got him, but I'm just not trying to, just being honest with you. I haven't been trying to do anything that's like 35, 40, 50 minutes because then that's a 2-hour stream for me. I don't have time for 2-hour streams right now. I got way too much going on right now. So that's the only reason why. But you know what I'm saying? Utterly Noah, no, I got him. Shout out to Utterly Noah. That's the homie. You know what I'm saying? So, we got him on the next thing. Is it Trainera? How do you pronounce that? Traineria? Hopefully I said it right now. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Appreciate the sub and the like. Appreciate it. All right. But I also appreciate everybody who is a crew member. Of course, you want to be a crew member. All you got to do is hit that join, $2.99 a month. Any video that I make, you guys be able to have priority over it. Any conversation in the chat, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make sure to get my crew members first. But let me go ahead and shout y'all out. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching, and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And of course, if you do want to be a crew member, like I said, all you got to do is hit the join button and you could be a part of the crew. And again, I really appreciate all the people who is a part of the crew who donate every month as a channel member. I really appreciate it. It really goes a long way. You have no idea how much it goes a long way. So I really appreciate y'all. All right, let's get this thing started. Let's transition over. Let's transition over. Let's get some biscuits made around here. And let's just get it started. I'll be right back. We're gonna get it started. We're gonna transition over, but I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the roadside, with only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit. Oh, how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit. I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores, and when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites. We now return to the Transformers.
All right. So let's go ahead. Let's get this video up and going. Again, this is 4 Red Flags of WonderMan. Again, never heard of this channel before. I want to make sure that I check out the channel, see what he's talking about. Let's go. Let's get into it. Let's go.
So we've gotten quite a few trailers for the MCU's newest attempt to remind you that Disney has a streaming app, adapting one of Marvel's lesser-known but still cult favorite superheroes, Guy in a Sweater. And according to the trailers, the MCU will be adapting Guy in a Sweater's most iconic comic run, where he teams up with Guy, who was convicted for terrorism charges before escaping from prison, but is somehow walking the streets openly, as they both go to Hollywood to star in a WonderMan movie together. Wait.
Yeah, I I do agree that WonderMan actually, and I did the poll. WonderMan was voted the least favorite Avenger of all time. He does have his fan. There's WonderMan fans. I've always said, you said the dude makes good content. So I've always said I did not like the fact that they Judah Israel, that's hilarious. But I've always said this. I don't like the fact that they race swap WonderMan. I you know what I mean? Because I believe Yaya could be playing somebody else. But we're here now. You know, so what are they going to give me as far as a show? What are they going to give me? What is this show going to really be about? Is it going to give me a new, fresh perspective? We're here now. We can't argue. We can't even complain about the race swap. It's here. It's done. They already shot it. It's almost like get over it at this point. What is you used to crying about it? So that's not even what I'm worried about anymore. I'm worried about how is they going to portray this character? How are they going to make me feel about this character? Am I going to like this character? Am I going to understand his art? What is going to be about this character that I like and that I understand, and that this character is going to be a fresh new take, almost in the way that a little bit in the way that Samuel L. Jackson portrayed Nick Fury, even though that version of Nick Fury that we see in the MCU is from the Ultimate Universe, which I always said this should have been the Ultimate Universe. Anyway, so as far as the MCU, so I just want to see that. So, well, you know, and I do agree with him. That is a convicted terrorist. How you get a job? Why is he? Yeah, maybe he got pardoned. You know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe he got a pardon. I don't know. I just know he was the face of the 10 Rings, and then he was hanging out with Shang-Chi, and you know what I mean, and all of that. Now he's cool. Everything's all good. But hold on, wait a minute. I just thought about this. Trevor Slattery is all good now. He can walk around, he can go get jobs and all of that. But my man Falcon couldn't get along. Woo! Y'all remember that? Boy. I agree. I do agree. I do agree, D Sizzle. I agree 1,000%.
WonderMan? This is supposed to be a WonderMan show. Well, you could have fucking fooled me. Because besides the name of the show, virtually nothing in here would tell you that this is anything to do with WonderMan, much less a Marvel or even superhero show in really any way whatsoever. And
I agree with him. I always said these trailers do this character no justice, because I have no idea what the show is about. You know what I mean? I have no idea what the show is about. What's up, Savage Cabbage? And I was late, and you late. So
that's just one of the red flags that I'm seeing while watching all the promo crap for this show, that it's going to be dead on arrival. But there are plenty more. Let's keep it simple, though, and narrow it down to the biggest four that I'm saying that this show is going to be terrible. Starting with the one I just referenced, and something I cannot believe I even have to fucking say about a goddamn Marvel show called goddamn fucking WonderMan.
Yep, you probably gonna have to dip,
this
Mr.
is
Roberta.
just not WonderMan. It's a character apathetic.
It's not, and that's something that how many times have me, Darius, Chill, you know what I mean, Marcus, how many times have we said this? That's not WonderMan. That's WonderMan. That's why I said race swaps do black people no justice whatsoever. It doesn't. And here's why why when you race swap a guy from white to black in a medium like film or television adaptations, because people are going to get excited, especially if they love the character. I already knew, Miss Roberta. I already knew. But if a guy, if a person starts to fall in love with this character that's portrayed by Yahya Abdul-Mateen, right? And people actually love it. I'm talking about love it. They're going to want to go and buy the merch. They're gonna go buy the material. They're gonna go. They're gonna go buy and look for comic books and stuff like that. I know that's how I am. I'll go look for the, because I like this character. This character's dope. Then I go back and I look in the comics because I'm a noob. I have no idea about comic books or whatever. And I'm looking, the obvious is there. This is not the same. I'm thinking in my head, why would they race swap them? Why would they race swap a character from white to black? You know what I mean? That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, if I'm reading through the comics and the essence of the characters ain't even there, then I'm like, what are they doing here? What is he doing? There's plenty of material out there. There's plenty of WonderMan comics that you could be able to get for the cheap, unless it's like his first appearance and stuff like that, which is always, or if he was in some type of special event or whatever that changed the course of history for the character, those are always going to be expensive. Now, I guarantee you can go to eBay and go find WonderMan comics for cheap. But I'm saying somebody's going to look at that character and be like, what is this? Why couldn't they just make them white? And again, we got you know what I'm saying? We got the grifters that's going to come after and talk crazy. And then we got to defend it. I got to defend it because they're really not attacking the WonderMan character. They're attacking the actor for just being black. Like he said, hey, man, give me the WonderMan show. You know what I mean? That was like, okay, Mr. Black Man, you got it. That's not even how it works. You know what I mean? So I want Yaya to succeed as a black man in Hollywood. I want him to succeed. I just don't like the fact that there's going to be so much backlash just from this by itself. Not how good the show could be amazing. And I said could, especially if they adapt elements that was set up in WandaVision. I literally just did talked about this on TikTok. They adapt Simon Williams' comic book arc where he used, his brain waves or brain patterns for Vision. They literally could do that with Sword. Sword was in WandaVision. Sword allowed Wanda to come in here, come into Sword while they had Vision's body over there all chopped up, chopped and screwed. She went and put her magic on there to see if she could fill them or whatever. The magic stayed dormant. They ciphered out the energy that she had. It would be so incredibly dope if they allow Simon Williams, before they ciphered off that energy, allow Simon Williams to come in there as an experiment. Could have been from his dad or whatever. Don't matter. Just get him in there. Let him use his brain waves to go into the next vision so that essence can be in there. That is a awesome way to connect the comic book character. Even though he doesn't look like it, at least connect the comic book character from his comic book counterpart and what they're doing in the actual show. And it ties everything together, which I've had a problem with Disney Plus or with Marvel period, not tying a lot of things together. It's a perfect way to be able to do that. Will they do it? Probably not. I'm not holding my breath for it either. But that's the way that I would tie Simon Williams to Wanda and Vision. You know what I mean? But let me get to it. I'm starting to do a rant. I'm sorry, y'all. We still got time to go.
Hijacked by Hollywood for an excuse to do a narcissistic self-parody. The first trailer for this show we got starts with the words, "This is Simon," appearing on the screen. But that's a goddamn fucking lie, and you fucking know it. Because this character is not Simon Williams.
Miss Roberta is not going to be watching this on the replay. Sorry, Miss Roberta. I didn't know. This is the first time me watching. Deron, what's up? Exactly, D Sizzle. He's not popular, but what they could do with the character would be dope. You know what I mean? What they could do with the character could be dope.
This is some fucking original MCU character who just happens to have the same name. And I've become quite infamous for, it's not like the comics, so it's bad. But this is something on an entirely different level. To those of you who don't know, who is Simon Williams? Well, the short answer is, Simon Williams runs Williams Innovations, but his company begins to fail, partially due to competition with Stark Industries. In desperation, he embezzles funds from his own company for illicit investment opportunities in the hopes of saving it, but is caught and imprisoned. He is freed by Baron Zemo, and with promises of rebuilding his wealth, as well as revenge against...
Have y'all noticed every panel that he's going to is a fresh, strong-jawed white man? This is going to catch so much heat, and here I am going to be defending Yaya. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, you don't turn down jobs. When you got bills to take care of, you don't turn down jobs. But boy, the grifters, I'm gonna have to be right.
Stark. Simon agrees to undergo an ionic procedure that will grant him incredible superpowers.
Well, see, that's what I was talking about. You know, maybe he doesn't, maybe he does the experiment, but not knowing that he's going to gain powers from it. That could be the difference between his comic book counterpart and this, because number one, he's not going to inherit. I don't believe that he's going to inherit a weapons manufacturer plant or anything, or just a business from his father. I don't think that that's going to happen. Number one, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that they're going to go that far and allow this version of Simon Williams and his family to be that uber rich. You know what I mean? To be able, I may be wrong. Again, I may be wrong. I don't know, and there's no signs to point to it. This show comes out next week. There's no point in the trailer that shows that this dude is, a business owner that is, ciphering funds from his company, and he goes through a procedure to get superpowers. Let me ask y'all, I'm just going off the trailer. Is that giving y'all that in the comment section? Put it in the comment section below if the trailer is giving you that impression. You know, and yes, and he can't beef with Tony. What they can make his father. They can make his father, but then you will have to then. This is the problem with that, D-Stizzle. If they make his father the guy that was probably beefing with Tony and all of that, where was he at when they were trying to create their own Iron Man suit? Because they already introduced Justin Hammer. They had nothing about Simon Williams Industries. Nothing came around about Williams Industries in Iron Man 2. And so you could even tie it to Iron Man 2, when you're trying to get the race for the next Tony Stark project. I mean, they could shoehorn it in like they did Mysterio with Tony Stark's barf technology. But are they going to do that? Nope, probably not.
Zemo gives him a costume and a superhero name and tells him his plans to have
Baron
Simon
Zemo
join
is
the
locked up
Avengers
too.
as WonderMan to destroy them from within, telling Simon that the ionic procedure will become deadly after a week unless Zemo gives him an antidote, securing Simon's compliance. As WonderMan, he joins the Avengers and leads them into a trap. But as Zemo is about to kill them, Simon realizes that he is not willing to trade his life for theirs and rebels against Zemo, saving the team but seemingly dying in the process as a complex mixture of villain and hero. Due to his ionic nature, he is later revived and joins the Avengers, eventually overcoming his traumatic death as well as his own self-doubt of whether or not he's truly a hero. Eventually overcoming all of it and becoming the hero he once only pretended to be, WonderMan. He has a lot of stories among various teams of Avengers throughout the years and connections to many.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But since you can't do, are they going to do Simon's death? Are they going to? Hank Pym is damn sure is really not coming. Coming to the MCU because Michael Douglas retired. You can't even use Hank Pym. You see how muddy the waters are to shoehorn this character in. When number one, nobody was like, man, I sure like that Wonder Man in the comics. Yes, is he powerful? Yes, is he strong? Can he be an asset if they do the West Coast Avengers? Yes, they can. The problem is, where is the connection at? How are they going to connect this, to anything that actually happened in the MCU? They connected, they had no choice, with She-Hulk and Bruce Banner. How are they going to tie, besides Trevor Slattery showing up, and he was the last time we saw him was in Shang-Chi, How are they going to tie this into anything that has happened in the MCU? That's the question. And I think that's the problem that I really have. That's really the question that I really have. So I don't know. I don't know.
Any other Marvel heroes. And later on, he becomes an actor, using those abilities he'd used to fool the Avengers all those years ago.
This is proof. This is proof. I keep stopping it, and I'm sorry, y'all, but I gotta say this. This is proof. Anytime someone says WonderMan was black in the comics, he was like Puerto Rican or Cuban or something. Do you see any of that? I'm sorry. Do you see any of that? You don't see no brown. You don't see no tan. A tan with some curly hair. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing. Yaya should have been T'Challa. That's who he should have been. But WonderMan, he could have been. I honestly, I would have liked Yaya to be Adam Brashear. That's who I want. He should be Blue Marvel. That if I was casting and I was looking at any actor in Hollywood that I feel like they could bring the essence of what Kevin Guevara put in that comic, I think Yaya would do an amazing job as Adam Brashear. This shows his intelligence, shows the history of what he went through in the 1960s. The whole night, I think that would have been it. WonderMan, this is a stretch.
Through all of this to make a new show, Hollywood saw the actor part and jizzed their fucking pants in excitement. Tossed out all that boring ass Marvel Avengers bullshit, and instead of making a show about superheroes, they had the perfect excuse to instead make a show about their absolute favorite subject, themselves. Because
I agree with him. I agree with him. And then making this about Hollywood and acting or whatever, who cares?
Because here's Hollywood's version of WonderMan. Simon Williams is an aspiring actor who navigates the crazy world of Hollywood as he tries to get a role in the movie WonderMan. But when powers start to emerge within him, he needs to keep them a secret in order to get the role, as people with superpowers are not allowed to act in Hollywood. So instead of getting a show about a superpowered hero who just happens to also be an actor, we're getting a show about an actor who just happens to also have superpowers. We've been seeing a lot recently that the people making these things don't give a crap about you or the characters or stories or even the wider audience of casual fans who just want to watch something entertaining. They only
he's not lying.
Care about one goddamn thing, themselves. It's modern Hollywood's favorite fucking thing to write about, specifically when they're hired to write all these boring, lame old baby superheroes into big old grown-up professional shows. Most of the assholes making these shows have gone on the record and said that they have never even glanced at the comics.
And you can tell. Again, you know, he's talking about this with WonderMan. We've said this about T'Challa and bringing in T'Challa Jr. into this thing. And I don't care what Ryan says. Ryan's writing of Black Panther has proven to me he never understood or read this character. He may have read a comic or two, and he has not read an entire series to understand that. What I mean an entire series, I'm not even talking about Jack Kirby's series. You didn't read Christopher Priest's writing. You didn't read Reginald Hudlin's writing. You didn't read, by the time he got the gig, Ta-Nehisi Coates was writing it. I don't believe he wrote it. We read any of that. Or other writers, Don McGregor. I don't think he read that because the essence of the character is not there. And here we go again. Another character that does not have the essence of the character from the comics. Just throwing something together and calling it that doesn't make it the character.
With shows like Secret Invasion, yeah, I can tell without you coming out and confirming it. Jesus. Hell, She-Hulk's lead writer literally confirms that She-Hulk is...
No aggressively relaxing because I know what you're doing. We're talking about just based on the synopsis, this is not the essence of the character. Based on the synopsis, because that's all we got to go after. That's just like if you go into McDonald's right now and you see that it says a Whopper with cheese, you like, when did McDonald's start making Whopper with cheese? This is not a Big Mac. What's a Whopper with cheese? Where is that? You know what I mean? Like, what is that? So that's what I'm saying. When you read the synopsis of something, you're like, well, this doesn't give me this. Again, I've always said the show comes out next week, but based on what they have right now, what they're giving us, is saying this is what it is, you can make an assumption. Right? You can make an assumption about what you're getting with this. And right now, my assumption is I don't know what I'm getting. But it does not sound like the essence of the character. Will they tie anything together? They dump this on Disney. They're dumping this on Disney Plus next month. You know what I mean? They're dumping this on Disney. That tells you what they think about this show already. Because if this was a show that they wanted to be episodic, they would have gave us, like they did with Daredevil, a couple episodes here and made this thing go every week. So every week we're constantly talking about it. You know what we're talking about? Doomsday teasers. Not even thinking about WonderMan right now. And WonderMan comes out next week. Come on, dog. Come on. Come on now. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Just a self-insert. When she said in an interview that the climax of the show was basically just real-life arguments that she had had with Kevin Feige, taken and then just stuffed into poor She-Hulk's mouth. But goddamn, man, at the very least, She-Hulk was a show about a big green lady who's a lawyer. Whether you like the show or you're sane, you have to at the very least admit that you can tell what the fuck it even is. Watch any of these trailers for WonderMan and remove the name Simon Williams, as well as the 2 seconds of the costume on the in-universe movie character WonderMan, and tell me if you see anything that would identify this as even being related to WonderMan.
It's aggressive, relaxing. I know you coming in here to troll because you do this all the time. But it's funny that when we're not saying, I didn't say the show was going to be bad, the show is going to be terrible, whatever. I'm saying based on what we have, if you're presenting me something, right, and I'm reading it, I'm like, what does that have to do with WonderMan? Whether you read all the comics, if you read all the comics from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s, it does not matter. If I read some comics, if I went back and read, I think it's was it Scarlet Witch and Vision, where they bring, they use the brain pattern, the brain pattern to create Vision with Hank Pym, and then I go back and I'm like, oh, I kind of like that. Let me read some more, and I started doing investigating. I start reading. I start understanding, because people, I think when people say that, oh, you guys don't know what you're talking about. You just want to throw things at the wall. You just want to say this or you want to say that. You guys are just so much experts because you just read the comics. But damn, aren't you adapting something from screen? I mean, something from the pages of a comic book over into the big screen? That's why I always say I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990. I hated everything else that came after that. Except for Mutant Mayhem. I didn't hate Mutant Mayhem. But I'm a Transformers Transformers fan. I'm gonna speak to this. I'm a Transformers fan. There's nothing in them Bay movies that screams Transformers as far as like, the aesthetic or the way that Optimus Prime is, besides the first movie, kinda everything else. That's his version of the Bay version of Transformers. That's not the Transformers that I grew up with. That's not the Transformers from the Marvel comics. It's not the Transformers from the IDW comics. Or so you know what I mean? It's easy for you to pick on us. It's easy for that to pick on us, but we're the ones who's buying the merch. Aggressively relaxing. Are you buying the merch? Are you reading the source material? If not, I know you can shut them. That's TFU.
This character is an OC, and he's teaming up with another MCU OC, and not the Mandarin, to make a movie directed by a brand new OC about an actual Marvel character who has been completely changed to also just being an OC. So not only is this not a WonderMan show, WonderMan doesn't even exist in the MCU. He's a fictional character from a cheesy in-universe 80s movie. If Simon starts going by WonderMan in the end, it would be about as stupid and lame as if in real life Mark Ruffalo went around and started asking everyone to call him the Incredible Hulk. Yes, WonderMan is an actor in comics, but it's not the biggest part of his character. In fact, I would say overall, it's a relatively minor but super interesting aspect of him. Honestly, they could have called this show fucking Johnny Cage, and it would have had about as much in fucking common with him as it does with fucking Simon Williams. But whatever. Let's just jump to Red Flag 2.
I was about to say, Miss Roberta would have been, oh, Lord, she would have been throwing holy oil all over her TV screen or her phone.
As it's somewhat related anyway.
It would.
WonderMan is the MCU doing a self-aware show. Despite not.
This is what, and again, this is what Marvel pitched. You know what I mean? So this is what I go at. I got to go off of. They're doing a self-aware show. Why? Why? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do? What does that have to do with WonderMan? Why?
Being freaking self-aware in real life. From what we've seen, I think this whole thing is going to be an attempted meta-commentary on fan complaints about the modern MCU and superhero adaptations in general. The plot of this show is that a black actor is going to be portraying a classically white character in a modern remake that the director says will reinvent the genre, which is obviously the exact description of this show itself in real life. And basically a word salad for the kinds of complaints people have been throwing at the MCU for years whenever they make random-ass changes from the comics.
Facts! That's all we're saying. This is all we saying.
Will be shocked if there aren't scenes dealing with backlash to the in-universe WonderMan movie they're making, specifically the in-universe casting. And I'm less certain, but still expect that there'll also be commentaries on how and why people behind the scenes make these controversial changes. And if they do this, it could go one of two ways. Way one, it's out-of-touch delusional nonsense like She-Hulk's intelligence.
Never go full She-Hulk. I still do not like She-Hulk to this day. I don't, because making fun of people, you know, when you could just make a really good superhero movie, superhero show, when you're trying to poke the bear of people, especially now in this political climate, like, why? You know what I mean? Why? So when you try to make fun of people, you have you have this political climate that you're trying to see this is how we're going to make fun of y'all. Ha 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 ha. And then your show doesn't track. It doesn't make any money. And then what do they normally do? Blame the actor. Tatiana Maslany is a great actress. She was given crap. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is a great actor. I don't know what this is given, but I hope it's not She-Hulk. If it's She-Hulk, I'm done. I'm like, and that's what I'm afraid of, because She-Hulk was just not good. It was not good.
See a plot line where the lead writer has proudly proclaimed how she was able to predict the negative comments the show would be getting before even writing it, then admits she wrote the plot of the show as a troll to those anticipated comments.
Why?
And then when the show was disliked by the majority of fans for a lot of the same reasons as previous MCU projects, specifically being unfunny, unfocused, unprofessional, and boring, she proudly proclaimed that she did it all on purpose to troll the trolls.
Yeah,
wow,
why?
What a fucking genius. Who would have thought making a show that specifically tries to piss off some of your fans would piss off some of your fans? What?
Facts. He's cooking with fish grease right now. Like, I can't even I can't hate anything he said, because he's right. And that's why I said, Deron, I'm over the race swap. I am. Even though I keep bringing it up, I'm over the race swap. And the only reason why I keep bringing it up, because I'm already preparing myself for the grifters. I'm already preparing myself. That funny looking kid that comes out the TV, Dildo Baggins over there, the Critical Breaker, you know what I'm saying? Ferd Roddick, all of these. I'm already mentally preparing myself for the trash they get ready to say. I'm already mentally preparing myself. You know what I mean? So and that's what it is, D Sizzle. I don't want my intelligence to be played with. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Don't play with my intelligence. That's what it is.
Oh, that's so meta. And how's that working out? Where's She-Hulk's chair in fucking Doomsday, bitch? All of that crap. Instead of just ignoring
This
these
dude is
phantom
wild.
trolls that she was scared we're going to criticize her work and just making the best frickin' She-Hulk show that she possibly could. This showed a level of self-delusion with these people that's off the fucking charts, man. With the writer basically admitting that she genuinely believes that there was no way people could possibly dislike her writing unless they were sexist trolls, while reworking the lighthearted, sassy, and incredibly popular for decades character of She-Hulk into a bitter, resentful self-insert for all the hate and criticism the writer has received in her life and career, leading to a character I'll be surprised if we ever get to see again. Great.
Oh my God, he's cooking right now. Where was this video at when I was just when I was early in my I mean, I didn't have a lot of subscribers when She-Hulk came out, but man, I feel this. I feel this. It is not fun when you just try to troll people just for the sake of trolling. When your whole job is to make a TV show. But no, let me put my own feelings in here because you're gonna hate the show anyway. No, if you make a really good show, we're not gonna hate it. Especially, and again, they gotta understand that these characters are not for kids. A lot of these people have grown up with these characters over the years. So when you make a show and you're thinking you're making this for a young 20-year-old crowd, you're wrong. There's people in their 50s and 60s that love a lot of these characters, that, you know what I'm saying, that grew up with these characters. You know what I mean? Please don't do the She-Hulk thing. Please, for the love of God, don't do the She-Hulk thing.
Good job. Big pat on the back. And I can guarantee if they pull this kind of crap with WonderMan, it's going to lead to the same result. Way number 2 this kind of attempted meta commentary can go, if written well, would be something closer to 21 Jump Street's take on soulless TV show movie remakes. It could be a whole elaborate commentary on modern superhero adaptations and how directors and producers who do not care about the fans or source material just use it as a tool to feed their own egos, pissing off fans and leading to projects that bomb at the box office, while well-meaning actors just doing their jobs are the ones who suffer the consequences. Which would make the casting super meta, since this poor actor...
That would be dope, honestly. If that's the backdrop that you're trying to give you know what I'm saying, while tying it into the MCU, I like that. I like that idea right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Got booted out of playing Black Manta due to the whole DCEU imploding from this kind of shit. Hell, with the right writing, it could be a pretty brilliant, thought-provoking show that agrees with everything I've been saying about comic adaptations in Hollywood the past year since I started screaming at people online. But even if it is, I'd still have to ask, if you've got to destroy a character in order to do a commentary on how Hollywood destroys characters, how in the hell is that any fucking better? And based on how cheesy and kitschy the in-universe classic WonderMan movie looks, it tells me what these people making this show likely see comics as. Stupid, trashy pop art. Not the kind of...
He nailed the... I got to run that back. What they and this is what I did like his Black Manta. But did you hear what he just said? This is what people really think about superhero movies. And that's the problem that I had with Black Panther. That's the problem that I had with She-Hulk. That and honestly, that's why I liked the Moon Knight show more, because at least they got his comic book counterpart, as correct as you possibly, especially it's not Jeff Johns. It's over there. But you know what I'm saying? They got it at least where you understand, damn, this is at least more comic book accurate than a lot of stuff I've seen, because a lot of people just don't see this as art. They really don't see comic books as like how we look at Tolkien's writing. Some people look at Tolkien's writing, or even damn Harry Potter get more love. You know what I mean? They don't see it like that. And I do. I see this as art. I see this as, a level of escapism. It's superheroes, man. But they don't look at it as art, man. They look at it as, this is another job. Let me just write something and hopefully it'll be good enough. I don't like that.
Fine art Hollywood likes to jerk itself off to for making, causing me to think that they're likely leaning towards the She-Hulk example. And I'll be surprised if the people making the show are going to have an understanding of the nuanced reasons fans complain about characters not matching the source material. You want to do this kind of meta-commentary with like NFL Super Pro or some shit? No one but me is going to care. But WonderMan deserves better than to be tossed into such a random-ass story, leading me to my next red flag. Without the title WonderMan, this show just wouldn't have been greenlit. Tell me honestly, if I came up to you and said, yo, man, there's this dope new show on Disney Plus about an actor who gets superpowers, but Hollywood's banned superpowers, so he tries to keep them hidden while getting an acting job, and just stopped talking and waited expectantly for your response, would you be pumped enough to buy Disney Plus for a month? If you said, hell yeah, brother, then congratulations, you're part of an incredibly small minority of people. For the vast majority, this premise is just a jumble of random-ass nonsense. There are a million premises for new shows behind the scenes, and we only see like 0.00001% of them, if even that, actually get made, while the rest get flushed down the toilet to oblivion. Some of those ideas are likely so awesome that they would change all of pop culture for decades. But this gets greenlit. If someone had organically had this specific idea for a show, I doubt that it would have ever seen the light of day. But you attach the name of a Marvel Comics character, doesn't really matter which one, as long as it sounds attention-grabbing enough, and I guess Disney will just toss millions of dollars towards making it. Hey, Disney, by the way, I've got a great pitch for NFL Super Pro, if you'll just hear me out for a bit.
NFL Super Pro, though. I actually remember that. I literally remember that comic, though. He said, hell yeah, brother. What?
The name WonderMan in a bucket of currently unused Marvel IP somewhere alongside names like Captain Britain and Shamrock. It's some guy's job to grab names out of that bucket and then toss them into a turn into a big budget movie or turn into a moderate budget show piles. Those piles are scooped up by another guy and brought to the pig pens of the MCU, quote, creatives to figure out how to adapt into an 8-episode television show for Disney Plus. One of those quote creatives saw the word actor and thought, we haven't done an MCU thing about an actor yet. Then a marketing guy floated immaculately down from above and said, excellent idea slave. We can then put Ben Kingsley in it as that character he played in Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi and market the whole thing around him.
Scotty cooking! He's cooking. That's the same criticisms that I had. Is he saying anything that I have not said? Is he saying anything I have not said? I said, while people over here capping, you know what I'm saying? People, or putting on their cape, trying to say, well, you don't know anything about the movie. You must have got an early screening because you know everything. Well, guess what? The funny part about this is they were marketing this. And who was they using as the marketing strategy? Trevor Slattery. This is the WonderMan show, not the Trevor Slattery hour. We don't care anything about Trevor Slattery. Give me what is it about WonderMan I'm supposed to be excited about? And again, this is not like this is I seriously doubt that each episode is going to be like, damn near an hour, like a Stranger Things or like Welcome to Derry or anything like that. So it's not like I'm getting 8 hours of a show. How much you want to bet you get about 40 minutes of this show, including commercials and that long where they break down all the voices from around the world that they use for dubs. So we're getting about 30 some odd minutes of a show. And then this is what I'm supposed to be excited about. A show that they marketed not for Simon Williams. You know what I mean? They marketed for Trevor. They marketed Trevor Slattery. Because again, they had no faith in this or they wouldn't dump this on Disney Plus at once. My man's cooking.
Certain percentage of people remember that plot line, so at least a certain percentage of people will take notice of this show. He then pulled out a whip, mostly for fun, and started whipping those writers, then screamed at them to get back to work as he flew up to his own slightly nicer pig pen 30 floors up. And that half an idea was then developed into an entire show. We're not getting a WonderMan show because someone is passionate about bringing WonderMan to life. Or even because they think WonderMan specifically would make a good show people would want to watch. His is just a name on a list somewhere, alongside Sleepwalker and Alpha Flight, of characters who aren't important or well-known enough to turn into a big old movie. So we'll just grab them up when we need more content for these stupid pigs' feeds, and then see what they guzzle down. This was an assembly line job. They reverse engineered this whole thing from the title. And because it had that title, it got produced pretty much whatever it turned out to be. And while the post-Endgame MCU has been filled with this kind of writing, they're finally starting to realize how many fans it's been turning away, leading me to my last and probably most important red flag. The MCU doesn't have faith in the show. Why the fuck should I? Unlike Warner Brothers.
Hey. He ain't lying. He's not lying. I think that's what the problem that I've had with the marketing of this show or whatever. It shows that Marvel has no faith in this. We've seen leaks, trailer leaks that Marvel didn't immediately pull. Leak on X. Then we got people over talking about, oh man, did you see Cyclops? Cyclops took off his glasses and shot a beam in the air like he does in the cartoon. You know what I mean? Did you see? Did you see? They had Ben Grimm meet Shuri. It's like when the first time T'Challa met the Fantastic Four in 1952. No, it ain't. But you know. Oh man, did you see Thor talking to his praying to the guys about his daughter? Oh man, what happened? Oh man, Captain America got a baby. He was over here clapping cheeks. We have talked about that way more than anything that WonderMan has done so far in the marketing. Come on. So don't give me this crap that, you're just talking about the show. You don't know anything about this show. From what they give me, why should I really care right now? Why should I really care? And they're going to drop it all at once. Why should I care?
Who seems happy to just toss projects they know are going to bomb into the shadow zone for the tax write-off. Dear God, I want them to release Batgirl. It's my white whale of 3 Cs. Disney seems determined to just release all of it. Damn the consequences to the brand. But that doesn't mean that they actually want people to watch this shit. And there's 2 easy ways we can tell that with WonderMan, Disney would be fine and dandy if no one even noticed that it came out. First off, there's a simple way to tell which shows Disney has faith in and which they think are just fucked. From WandaVision to season 2 of Loki, all MCU shows were released on a weekly schedule across a month, sometimes longer, forcing people to pay for Disney.
Hey, this is what I said, right? This is what I said. I haven't watched this guy, but I've been saying this for... Never mind. I just know that I'm right. I just know I'm right.
Disney Plus as they come out, and then hoping people will have forgotten a week and then wind up having it paid for 3 years as they mean to finish the show. But suddenly, when it came time to release Echo, one of the most brain-dead pieces of slop they've ever produced that every YouTuber who isn't a mouse-guzzling shill was telling you was going to be crap, they just dumped the entire show on the app all at once. The next 3 shows all returned to a weekly release schedule. But when it came time to release Ironheart, another divisive show without a clear audience, it was dumped onto the app in 2 batches, not even a month apart. And now WonderMan is getting the same treatment, having all 8 episodes be dumped out on the same fucking day. When Disney knows they have something no one's going to watch, you can always tell because this is their go-to release schedule. Just get it over with, minimize the amount of time YouTubers can milk your crappy show by saying the MCU is dead, and try to get people distracted by the next project. Which, speaking of all times that they could have chosen to release this show, why now? Well, let's look. The majority of MCU fans, both lapsed and modern, are completely distracted by these admittedly pretty fucking cool Avengers Doomsday trailers. These trailers, specifically the second and third one, seem to be doing the impossible. They're turning heads and getting people talking. Not all of it for good, but there's more buzz around the MCU than there has been for years. I mean, literally 2 people genuinely talking about the MCU beats how things have been, but still. And even some of the modern MCU sucks, TM, online commentators are starting to warm up to the possibility that the next Avengers will still likely suck, but maybe not quite as much as they'd expected.
Told you.
Had they released Wonder Man a month ago, and if it's as bad as the last few shows, it's another piece of evidence that the MCU is just dead and buried, and no one should give a shit about it. But if they release it just after these trailers drop, what do I care if some random-ass MCU show isn't all that good? I'm getting fucking Cyclops in costume with Sentinels, man! Oh yeah, boy, I'm so pumped! So basically, from head to toe, before this show even released, it seems like there was just complete apathy for the character of Wonder Man. The people at the top didn't give a shit about the character. They just needed a name to toss onto any random show. The people writing it didn't give a shit about a character. They just selfishly thought it would be fun to write a show about their own experiences in Hollywood. The people deciding when this show releases didn't give a shit if you even watch it. And the majority of people don't seem to give a shit about it at all, as I don't see a lot of people either bitching about it or defending it. It's just radio silence out there. Because we've seen this a million times and we know exactly what we're going to get. So no one fucking cares if Wonder Man's good or not. Wait, no one cares? So why did I make a video about this? No one's even gonna watch this shit. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Am I wrong and this show's gonna be peak as fuck, yo? Let me know in the comments. Agree, but think I missed a major red flag? I love hearing your thoughts. And if you just listen to me bitch about a Wonder Man show that isn't even out yet for this fucking long, and you ain't subscribed, hit that sub and bell button, man. Sometimes
Yo, I'm gonna have to do another reaction video to this guy. I ain't gonna lie, that was fun. I now really want to do his reaction video to Dr. Doom. I want to hear what he has to say now. I really want to hear what he has to say now. But yeah, that was good. I'm not gonna lie. I was surprisingly surprised. It was very honest critique that I've actually said. He wasn't on no butter biscuit and grifting extravaganza. He's telling the truth. You don't dump a show, all at once, like they did, and be like, I don't understand why people ain't talking about it. You know what I mean? You can tell where Disney put his love at. Like I said, Agatha got weekly shows. People, making all kinds of theories, and you know how new rock stars are. They gonna make a theory. You know what I'm saying? And then, heavy spoilers. They gonna do their thing, and everybody's jumping on board. You know what I mean? Everybody's jumping on board. Wonder Man, I ain't seen new rock stars do nothing for Wonder Man so far. Maybe I ain't paying no attention. Maybe I missed it. But I haven't heard the buzz about, oh, snap, we getting Wonder Man, in the theories and all of this. And, what this Wonder Man show, when new rock stars ain't talking about it, I know damn well this thing is dead in the water. And that sucks. It sucks for Yaya. It does. It sucks for him. And other actors that are in there because, like he said, and it's the guys that are true, this is the creative's fault. Has anything to do with the actors. The actors is just trying to make some money. You know what I mean? The actors trying to make some money. And I get that because you got to pay the bills. You can't turn down no jobs. You cannot. You can't turn down no jobs. But man, this better surprise the hell out of me. This better surprise the hell out of me. If it's meta, She-Hulkish, commentary, you know what I'm saying, with a little action sprinkled in here and there, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Because it's a waste of time to even cover the show. And again, if I wasn't on YouTube covering these shows for you guys just to talk about, like, I've watched the show. This is like, I got to do Knights of the Seven Kingdom because I was tired yesterday and I didn't watch it. I didn't want to fall asleep on it last night. I didn't even put it on. I fell asleep on an episode of Knight Rider. So, but I got to watch the Knights of the Seven Kingdom, the new Game of Thrones spinoff. But with this, I heard people talking about this in not Wonder Man. I heard people talking about that. And you talking about Wonder Man. I feel so. I'm just really hoping it's not. I hope it's not bad. I just hope it's not bad. That's really it. I really hope it's not bad. Because if it's bad, I feel more for Yaya than anybody else. That's who I feel for. I feel for Yaya Abdul-Mateen because I feel like he deserved better. My personal opinion, I feel like he deserved better. Will he get better? I don't know. We got to see. We got to wait and see. But from all the evidence that we have seen, this hasn't been good. There's no good marketing at all. We know the synopsis of this, and then the only thing I'm thinking is, what does that have to do with the MCU right now? You know, I don't know. And that's where we're basing our opinions off of. And then you already race swapped the character, so that part's already done. But that's going to be an elephant when it comes to these grifters. So, and then you know, we got more people talking about teaser trailers for Doomsday more than anything. Yep. And I don't know. I don't know. Hunter Iggy, you said I do you that Maxima is going to show up is not Wonder Woman, and there are rumors going around the internet that Coco is going to appear. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Is this talking about WonderMan, or I'm so confused? Yeah, but I mean, they're not. They're not. And again, I think that has been the disconnect. The Man of Tomorrow. Okay. Okay. I understand that. We're just kind of not on Man of Tomorrow. Thank you for the information. But yeah, we're not on Man of Tomorrow right now. We're talking about WonderMan. But thank you for the information though. Yeah, it's the problem with Marvel right now. There's a disconnect. There's a huge disconnect between the audience. I mean, between the writers, the creators, and the audience. It's a huge disconnect, and nobody sees it. It's like they're almost oblivious to this. That they don't see that, you know, that a lot of people complain about their stuff because there is you're making material just to be making it, not making it because we like this and we want to really bring this to life. What's up, Dane C? Like, we really want to bring this to life. That's the problem. I think that's the problem that I have. Is that there's no love for the characters. There's nothing on with these characters that, not saying all of the characters. I honestly believe they try to bring love to the Fantastic Four. I really believe, whether you like Pedro Pascal as Riri, the essence of the character, especially reading those old 60s, like you know, I went back and looked at my video that I did with Fantastic Four number 52 and 53 just to reread it. What's up, Mr. Rocketti? Just to kind of go over it and see how I did and stuff like that, you know. And I'm like, I gotta give them their props. They still have like the 60 aesthetic with that film, whether you like that film or not. There's still that 60s aesthetic that came from Stan Lee's writing is in that movie. It's in the movie. I may not agree with some of the creative choices that they made in the movie, but the essence is there. I can't say that about a lot of other projects. So I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, okay, I thought that was for me. I thought that's not for me. Okay. I just want Caliber. I just want them to just make good material and they care about the characters that they're making because they want to build new characters. It's like in wrestling. You know, you can't give me Kevin Nash and call him the great the wizard or whatever, and I'm supposed to just buy that as a character. You know what I mean? Or the Shockmaster when he was Tugboat in another promotion, and I'm just supposed to like the character. I'm supposed to be like, okay, that works. No. You know what I mean? No. You know, you can't give me what's his name? What was his name? Too Cold Scorpio was Too Cold Scorpio in WCW, and then they called him Funk something in WWF, and it did not work. It just doesn't work. So, you know, not peak mid, you know. I'm covering only reason why, because if I wasn't doing this YouTube channel, I would not be watching, wouldn't be watching a lot of stuff. But I'm doing this because I'm covering it for the channel to say, hey, I'm not going to crap on it. I'm going to watch it, see what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Take my notes and go from there. So I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it for y'all so I can take the bullets. You know what I'm saying? Like in Last Ronin, I'm taking all the arrows that ends up in Raphael's back. Jesus, jacked up. So I'll watch it and see what it's about. But what did you guys think about I think it's Fantagasnick. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I actually enjoyed this commentary. I enjoyed the commentary. I'm gonna do the 4 red flags for Dr. Doom next. Because I got to now. I got to now because I want to see what he said about Dr. Doom. Good. Flash Funk, yeah. Yeah, Flash Funk. Oh God. You're not Too Cold Scorpio where he was cool in WC. Flash Funk. No, son. I don't buy that, son.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
I gotta wrap it up because I'm probably tiny to y'all on certain versions of this. But man, that was great commentary. I'm glad I picked it. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be a Griff video. I really thought it was going to be. I was pleasantly surprised. Great critique, great understanding. That's what I'm looking for from the grifters. You give me that, you're not a grifter. That's honest critique that I understood all of that, and I primarily agree with. But what did you guys think, man? Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe, Power Man. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Where's my outro at? Look, you already know. I gotta go.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over?
What?
Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.